Hi foodies, it's Tiffany Foreman, your favorite chef consultant, and I wanted to give you all a sneak peek of a brand new product that is going to be starting next week. Now, you might remember last fall we introduced the quick cooker, which we jokingly called R2D2. And what would R2D2 be without C3PO? So we need something kind of tall and a little bit more slender. So introducing our new blender. All right, so this is called the Deluxe Cooking Blender from Pampered Chef. And guys, I didn't know I needed this until I started playing with it. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to do a really simple recipe that I know most of you buy every time you go to the grocery store, or maybe hopefully at least twice every other month or once a month, whatever. This is probably one of the most popular items I know I have to buy at the grocery store because we go through so much of it. So here's what we're gonna do. This is the blender, and so it's got so many different settings. It's got, when it comes, it's got a quick little guide. It's got a cooking guide that goes with it. So we're actually just gonna jump right on in, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use the grind setting. So it's got preset settings right here. I've done countless smoothies already. I haven't tried the alternative milk yet, but you can make your own almond milk. I have almonds waiting to go. We're gonna use the grind setting. It's also got heated settings, so it can do soups, heated purees, jams, and sauces. Guys, this is amazing because it actually has a heating element down inside here that heats the whole thing and cooks it. So you can take it from a raw veggie and make it into a sauce or puree or whatever. You don't have to cook it first. So this is pretty amazing. I'm gonna do quite a few videos on this with each different setting because we have been using this quite a bit in our house and with our meals. So let's just jump in and start with the peanut butter. So when I was at the grocery store yesterday, I decided to just buy generic store-bought peanuts, a little bit of both, honey roasted and lightly salted, and we are gonna use this. So the lid, I'm gonna take the lid off. I just washed it, so it's got a little moisture in there. But with this recipe, I decided just to kind of use a half a can of each. And I did this last night, so that's why there was only half a can left in there. And there's about a half can left in here. And so we're gonna add that in there. So if you really wanted to measure, these are 12 ounces. So we're doing a total of about 12 ounces of peanuts in here. And so you just take the lid and it just sits on. You're gonna twist it until you hear it make a noise, just like C3PO would or R2D2. And then you're just gonna turn it to the grind setting. Now, let's see if you guys can see the display here. It's right now, the default for the grind is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And I'm gonna end up having to use what we call the tamper, so that as the nuts climb up the sides, I'm gonna push them down so that they get down into the blades. So this is going to be probably, because I'm sitting so close to the camera and I have this close to the camera, probably louder than I can talk over, but I will attempt. So you guys know that my voice can carry. So let's go ahead and get this started. So we're just I'm gonna make sure that I've got my lid closed. All right, and then we're just gonna hit the start button. All right, so it's gonna start moving them around. All right, so they're kind of climbing up the side. And after you kind of hear that sound, that's when I'm going to use the tamper. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes and we have peanut butter. So you may have noticed if you were watching the display that it was changing the top number. So it starts out at a 5 and then it went up to a 6 and then to a 7. So that's the blade spinning faster and faster as it goes. So this actually gets a little warm, so it's kind of creamy. So if you were making a dessert and you wanted to melt peanut butter and put it on top, you could do that right now. So now you're thinking, okay, well, when am I going to store that in? That's a lot of peanut butter to eat today. So I love that. Let me hit cancel so it stops beeping. So I love that we have this little rack that has silicone prep bowls in there. And so they are 1 cup capacity. And so they are freezer safe. So that's what they're kind of thinking that you'll do is you'll go ahead and put some of your blendered ingredients in there and then you'll freeze them. But I can just do this and put this right in my refrigerator or actually peanut butter doesn't need to be refrigerated. So we're going to open this up. All right. And there's our peanut butter is nice and warm. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. It is just so creamy. Can you see that? Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. I'm gonna have to take a little taste. Yep, delicious. Nice and creamy. I will tell you that having the lightly salted or regular salted peanut butters, because they have a lot of oil on them, it gets really creamy because of that. Now, there is a little bit left here. So I'm gonna grab one of my scrapers and just get down there to the bottom. Now you can kind of see the blades down there. So what's nice is the blades are at different angles and they're not uber sharp so that you can, you don't have to worry about kind of cutting yourself. Now I know one of my biggest pet peeves of using my blender, and me and I were making a lot of smoothies this past school year, is having to clean it every day. Take it apart, clean the blades, be careful you don't cut yourself. Put it back together. Don't forget the little washer thing or you're going to have it leaking everywhere. Sometimes Mia didn't put the base on correctly. So then I had smoothie coming out the bottom. When I went to use it the next time because I didn't check, thinking, oh, well, she had done it. All right, so what is awesome about this, because peanut butter is kind of gooey, guys, right? That's going to be kind of a pain to clean. Let me tell you something. I was so amazed when they told me this baby cleans itself. All right, so are you ready to see that part? So stick around, okay? Don't leave yet. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna add, there's measure marks on here. So you wanna make sure you've got your quarts on this side. I think that's quarts, right? And then you've got your cups. And that must be, I don't know what measurement that is. I'm having a hard time seeing I don't have my glasses on. And then, oh, that's liters over there. And then this is your cups right now. So we're going to put the water only up to 3 cups, okay? Don't do what I did the first time and eyeball it because then you have a mess. I'll show you that picture later. All right, so just do to the 3 cup. All right, and then we're gonna take a couple drips of soap. All right, and then you're gonna put the lid back on. I'm gonna put this back in place. All right, you heard it. And so then I'm just gonna turn this to heated wash. All right, so the display now says 87. So that's actually the temperature. Actually, it's going down because I think my blender was warm, but the water was cool. So it's going to bring the water temperature up to 140 degrees. So that's why initially it said 140 when it was on there. So it's just the heating element inside is bringing it up to temperature so that it can clean this. Now, I will have some residue on the outside just because I was pouring out of it and I didn't wipe that off before, but it's going to clean all of this out right there. All right, so then let me show you a few other things that we have done. So let me just grab my little book right here. And I will tell you, so far we have done a countless amount of smoothies. So it comes with some smoothie recipes right here. And it's got sweet potato soup right there at the very beginning. And then you've got other ones. And so I guess let me go to the index and tell you. So you've got your smoothie, your alternate milk. So in there it's got a horchata recipe. The grind, which is what we did with the peanut butter. But today I'm also hoping to make some hummus with there. And so not only does it have your butters, your nut butters, and it tells you how much oil you can put in there. That's why peanut butter says in A, you don't really need it. And if you wanted to put any seasoning, I could put more salt in there, but I don't feel like it. I think it tastes fine. But you could take your wheat berries and make your own flour. So I've never bought wheat berries before, so that could be fun. And then the hummus is what I'm going to do today. Everyone is saying this is like the most amazing hummus they have ever had. The soup setting we have not used yet because it has been hot here in Virginia Beach. And then I can't wait to do like broccoli and cheddar, things like that. And then the sauce setting. So we have done the biscuit, or we've done sausage gravy. Let me tell you guys, it was the smoothest and richest sausage gravy I have ever had. It was so good. And it wasn't even from like whole milk. I'm sorry, it wasn't even from like half and half or whipping cream. It was from 2% milk because that's what I had on hand. Now there it goes. It's cleaning. So it's gonna be loud again while it's doing that. You know, most blenders do have some noise to them, but I love that the heating element inside is what brings the water up to temperature to clean that. So it does the same thing when you're doing these cheese sauces or like an Alfredo. It's got chicken and beef gravy, sausage gravy, Alfredo, an ice cream base and holiday sauce and chocolate milk so far just right here in this cookbook. So we have made this cheese sauce and let me tell you, it is amazing. What I think I want to do with it next is actually add it over cooked pasta and make like Panera like mac and cheese. I think that would be pretty amazing. And then the jam setting. Okay, so you might have seen on my page, we were having a debate between grape and strawberry jelly, and which one is your favorite? You can make your own jelly or jam right here in this blender. We did the strawberry. It is so good. And so there are times that we'll eat fruit really fast and then it's all gone. And then there are times that it just sits there. And I'm like, man, I really don't want to throw this away, but what am I going to do with it? We threw the strawberries in there, a little bit of pectin for the silifying agent for jams, and it was perfect. I didn't even add any sugar. I added 1 packet of stevia. That's it, and it was delicious. And this is kind of like what we're doing now with the peanut butter, is we're putting a little something over top cake if you'd like. But I love all the different recipes that comes with this. Plus, I've been collecting recipes that other consultants are trying out and putting them all together in one document, so you'll have access to all the different recipes we've already been trying. So this is just pretty cool that this thing cleans itself. Look at that. And it's at 120 degrees right now, so it's climbing up. It's got 16 seconds left. I think in this cycle, I might go one more time after this. Let's see. Now I will tell you, peanut butter is one of the messier things on the inside, just because it's sticky. But like when I do things, like when I did the jelly wasn't even as bad. And the cheese sauce just comes right on out. The smoothies, adult beverages, oh, so good. All right, so that's it. So I'm just gonna hit cancel. Open your lid up and see that you can tell it's hot, okay, because the water got hot in there. And then I'm just gonna take this off. I'm doing this kind of backwards because of the way so you guys can see the camera. But I'm just gonna pour this in the sink. Give it a quick rinse. And you guys can see that the peanut butter is all gone, except for the little pour spout that I made a mess when I was pouring it out. But this is just super easy to make your own peanut butter, and there's gonna be so much more stuff to make. I'm so excited about this new product. And you know, always as a host, you can get it at a great deal. And I'm just excited to show you guys some more recipes. So if you've had fun on this video, make sure you comment below and tell me which one you'd like to see me maybe make next. You know, my kids love to taste test, so, and it's a tax deduction, so let me know. And too bad you're not here to taste this peanut butter, because I think I'm getting ready to make myself a PB&J. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, foodies. Thank you so much for being here.